Assalamu alaikum, and thank you SAR Foundation, Dynamic Simi Kamal, and rest of you for having me here. As far as I'm concerned, I'm neither a specialist nor an expert. I am perhaps a tool for communicating all the concerns and all the observations and all the policy decisions through media.
Okay.
So, as far as I'm concerned, I'd like to take the last bit
Okay.
as to answer the question.
Certainly.
So, reimagining women leadership. Because I am also a visualizer of sorts, so I will take you and the rest of the listeners on a flight of fantasy.
Okay.
I will start with my imagination. So, in my imagination, I see a pregnant woman, well nourished, strong and sturdy, looking forward to childbirth, her second child being born after a gap of 3 years.
Okay.
I imagine a little girl going to school from a conservative neighborhood where she sees the mullah from the mosque waving to her as she passes by. I see a woman picking cotton in the fields in the scorching sun, and I see her at the end of the day, she's collecting cash as her labor given to her. I see a woman walking into a skill development center in the rural area with nursery, a child care or daycare center where she can leave her children and go to work. I see a woman at a cash counter when easy to access banking services available to her at her doorstep. I see a woman financially stronger. I see a woman physically fitter. I see a woman happier in her environment at home or in a workplace. I see a woman who has the potential to rise and become a leader. While the ground realities have been very well clearly defined, spoken of, we know that the ground realities do not permit a woman to provide her or reach her full potential. So, then I look at a stereotypical image of a woman anywhere in the world, particularly in South Asia, and I see a house sparrow. I see a docile house sparrow, or I see a graceful swan, but I see a mute woman. So, I turn to nature for my inspiration, and I see the animal world. I see the lioness, I see other mothers, I see other female counterparts, and I choose to be an eagle, a female eagle. Why do I choose a female eagle to represent women? Is because there is a tide of change coming about. Environmental, climate change, political changes. We see an oligarchy governing. We see an elite in every parliament. We see women's voices being subdued. So, I am an eagle soaring in the sky, and I will tell you the reason why I am an eagle. When we study an eagle's life, we see that a young eaglet learns to fly very fast. Why? Because her mother has torn down the nest, her comfort zone. This enables the eagle to spread her wings, the eaglet to spread her wings and attempt at flying, and soon she masters it and she flies high in the sky. Then I see an eagle in search of food for the eaglets, and from the height she will have a target. She will be focusing on food that she has to pick for her young ones, and she is going to brave any storm, any harsh wind, anything under this on the planet to reach that target. So, it's not by willpower, it's by wing power. She uses that wing power to reach to her destination. Then I see the eagle carrying a twig across the skies. Why is she doing that? She has a mate who's given a call for mating, but she doesn't make it simple for him. So she will drop the twig from a height and expect him to dive down, pick up that twig. In the meantime, she's flown higher. So it's making it even more difficult for him to reach that height. So she is not available and she is not attainable that easily. So when I compare the life of any woman across continents, I feel that it's time for women, the complexion to change. For the eagle is seeing women, the eagle is flying all across the globe, and she's seeing difficult terrain, she's seeing different complexion, she's seeing different women. And if the eagle can spot a girl in a chadar or in a scarf, a young girl from Pakistan, a remote Pakistani area, receive a Nobel Prize. When she sees young Greta standing up on a platform outside the summit and challenging governments and challenging leaders. She flies down south and she sees a woman trucker at a coal mine carrying coal across an arid land. She sees women across a scorching desert or an arid land carrying matkas of water to a destination 10 miles away. When she sees a drowning country, submerged country, have a woman in a sari clad woman who can take the country out of the dire straits and become an Asian tiger. When she sees a young woman from New Zealand stand up and face the hostility against religions and ethnic divides and challenge that and ask for tolerance and ask for considerations and ask for inclusions, she knows there is hope for the woman. And she knows that against these rising tides, against this threat of climate change, it will be women who will stand up and make the difference. So what is really required is inclusivity and integration of the rural woman into the policy making, the decision making, the roadmap creation, because they come with their indigenous solutions, they come with their strengths. So we must include them, but each and every one of us can play a role, and as media I have been trying, I will go on. Give me the stories from the rural, give me the stories from across the world, I'll visualize them, create drama or create talk shows or create webinars. So that's my contribution.
Thank you, Seema. I think for your articulation and clarity in terms of the issues, in terms of the picture you paint, the dream that we all aspire to, the reality of what we're all very aware of, but more importantly, the way you showed us the solutions and the way forward and how women can achieve what we want to achieve.
It is a matter of self-esteem,
yes, yes,
and realizing of one's potential.
Yes.
So when there are mentors, there are heroes from women, there are guides, there are policy makers and those in positions to implement. So let us all be a combined force that can facilitate them, and let us then reach out to our sisters across the country and see, because 51% women in the country are not a small number. We will, she has to rise.
She has to rise.
She will rise.
She will, yeah. She will.
So let's help her.
Certainly, yes, definitely. And I think in terms of what you have said, you've also shown us how change is possible and how we can actually move towards changing and bringing women into the mainstream, which is what we're here for today. There must be many questions from you, Seema, but I'll go to the next panelist and then we'll start.
May I say
yes,
something
certainly.
Before?
Yes,
because
certainly.
I'm thinking
certainly.
of that famous sher that most people will know. Nahi tera nasheman kasre sultani ki gumbad pe, tu shahi hai basera kar pahadon ki chatanon par. First time I'm thinking that the Shaheen Iqbal meant is a she-eagle. Yes, it's a she-eagle, and we never thought of it that way before.
That's right.
So thank you, Seema, for reimagining that.
Yes,
But
that's right.
I just add to this.
Please.
When Iqbal thought of the he-eagle per se, and there's something nature has taught us about the male eagle, is when he grows old and weary, he goes to the mountain top, he sits there and plucks out his feathers. Until new feathers appear, he will be in that seclusion. He will only surface after his body is covered with new feathers, so that he can take to the skies again. So when वो बसेरा करा है वहाँ पे, it's not because he is meant to sit there. It's because out of necessity he has gone there to re-emerge.
Yes, right.
That's really interesting.
That's very
Women
interesting.
re-emerging, hey?
Yes,
Yes.
the reimagining and re-emerging. You know, as also as agents have changed. I mean, one of our earlier speakers said that we have to change the victim image of women. And that is so true, because now women are agents of change, and that's what we have to move forward. That's the image that we now
But
need.
it is also, I'm sorry I'm extending my,
No, go
my time, but you see the stereotypical imaging
Yes.
of a mute woman
Yes,
must now be countered.
that's right.
The parliamentarian, the patriarch, the decision maker will deny, because they are clutching on to their positions and their security is there. The parliament is their security blanket, the senate is their security blanket, top positions are their security blankets.
Yes.
That is their vote bank, and they will feed that vote bank to be in that position. We have to defy
that, yes.
and challenge.
Right.
So we have to be the eagle that soars.
सीमा ताहिर खान, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हिसार फाउंडेशन और सीमी कमाल आपका। सबसे पहले मैं आखिरी सवाल का जवाब देना चाहूँगी। तो ख़वातीन की क़यादत का तसव्वुर मैं आप सबको तख्लियाती ज़िंदगी में लिए जाना चाहूँगी। मैं देखती हूँ कि एक सेहतमंद शादीशुदा औरत को जो कि हामला है और जिसका दूसरा बच्चा पैदा होने वाला है पहले बच्चे की पैदाइश के 3 साल बाद, और अब तसव्वुर करूँगी कि एक ऐसी बच्ची जो कि स्कूल जाती है जिसका ताल्लुक़ एक दकियानूसी घराने से है, और वो देखती है कि मस्जिद का एक मुल्ला इसे हाथ हिला हिला कर देख रहा है। जैसे ही वो इसके पास से गुज़रती है, मैं देखती हूँ कि एक किसान खातून को जो कि दिन भर खेती बाड़ी करने के बाद शाम में अपनी उजरत ले रही है। मैं देखती हूँ एक शहरी औरत को जो कि एक चाइल्ड केयर में अपने बच्चे को छोड़कर अपने काम पर जा सकती है। मैं एक औरत को बैंक के कैश काउंटर पर देखती हूँ। मैं एक औरत को मुआशी तौर पर मुस्तहकम देखती हूँ। मैं एक औरत को जिस्मानी तौर पर सेहतमंद देखती हूँ। मैं एक औरत को खुश देखती हूँ, चाहे वो घर में हो या काम की जगह पर। मैं एक औरत को आगे बढ़ने की सलाहियत से भरपूर देखती हूँ। हम क्योंकि ज़मीनी हक़ाइक़ पर बात कर चुके हैं और ज़मीनी हक़ाइक़ इसके बरक्स हैं। फिर मैं देखती हूँ एक दुनिया में औरत के एक दकियानूसी तसव्वुर को ख़ास तौर पर जनूबी एशिया में, और मुझे सिर्फ घर की एक चिड़िया, बहुत सी मादा जानवरों को भी देखती हूँ, शेरनी को भी देखती हूँ, और मैं चील बनना पसंद करती हूँ। क्यों? क्योंकि चील का बच्चा बहुत जल्दी उड़ना सीख लेता है, इसलिए क्योंकि इसकी माँ बहुत जल्द घोंसला तोड़ देती है तो बच्चे को आसमान में उड़ना जल्दी आ जाता है। फिर मैं चील को देखती हूँ कैसे वो अपने बच्चों के लिए खाने की तलाश में रहती है, और इतनी ऊंचाई से भी इसकी नज़रें ज़मीन पर मरकूज़ होती हैं जहाँ से वो अपने बच्चों के लिए खाना हासिल कर सके, और इसके लिए वो हर किस्म की मुश्किल और तूफ़ान के सामना कर सकती है। फिर मैं चील को देखती हूँ कि कैसे इसे नर चील मिलने के लिए बुलाता है, मगर वो मज़ीद ऊंचाई की तरफ चली जाती है, यानी मादा चील नर के लिए आसानी से दस्तयाब नहीं होती। तो जब मैं औरतों को देखती हूँ तो अब वक्त है कि हमारी ख़वातीन भी चील से सबक हासिल करें। एक चील पूरी दुनिया में उड़ती है, वो हर रंग हर नस्ल की औरत को देखती है। वो देखती है कि पाकिस्तान की एक देही इलाके की लड़की नोबेल इनाम जीत सकती है। इसी तरह ग्रेटा इतनी ही हम उम्र में दुनिया के बड़े बड़े लीडरों की चैलेंज कर सकती है। वो देखती है कि एक औरत बड़ा सा ट्रक लेकर कोयले की कानों में काम कर रही है। फिर चील देखती है कि औरतें पानी के मटके सर पर लेकर 10-10 मील के सफ़र तय करती हैं। फिर پھر وہ دیکھتی ہے کہ ایک ساڑی والی عورت کیسے اپنے ملک کو کھڑا کر رہی ہے. پھر وہ دیکھتی ہے کہ نیوزی لینڈ کی ایک جوان عورت کیسے مذہبی انتہا پسندی کے خلاف آواز اٹھا رہی ہے اور کیسے سب کو برداشت کا درس دے رہی ہے. اور چیل جانتی ہے کہ اس وقت میں جب کہ ہمیں ماحولیاتی تبدیلی کا سامنا ہے، خواتین ہی اس کا مقابلہ کر سکیں گی اور بہتری لا سکیں گی. تو ضرورت اس بات کی ہے کہ دیہی خواتین کو پالیسی سازی میں ساتھ ملایا جائے، کیونکہ ان کے پاس مسائل کے حل موجود ہیں اور وہ بڑی تعداد میں ہیں. ہم سب اپنا کردار ادا کر سکتے ہیں. میں خود بحیثیت میڈیا پرسن اس حوالے سے اپنا کردار ادا کر سکتی ہوں. آپ مجھے اس حوالے سے کہانی دیں اور میں اس پر ڈرامہ بنا سکتی ہوں یا پھر کوئی ٹاک شو بنا سکتی ہوں. بہت بہت شکریہ سیما، آپ نے جیسے ہمیں بتایا اور جیسے حل بتائے وہ بہت مفید ہیں. آپ نے ہمیں بتایا کہ کیسے تبدیلی ممکن ہے. سیما جی بالکل، ہمیں اب ضرور اس بارے میں بات کرنی چاہیے اور ایک دوسرے کی مدد کرنی چاہیے. 51% آبادی عورتوں کی کم نہیں ہے، ہمیں آگے بڑھنا ہوگا. سیمی کمال: مہر میں کچھ کہنا چاہوں گی. نہیں تیرا نشیمن قصر سلطانی کی گنبد پر، تو شاہین ہے بسیرا کر پہاڑوں کی چٹانوں میں. پہلی بار میں نے تصور کیا کہ اقبال نے جس شاہین کی بات کی ہے وہ مادہ تھی. تو شکریہ سیما کہ آپ نے ہمیں یہ تصور دیا. سیما: کچھ چیزوں کے بارے میں قدرت نے ہمیں سکھایا ہے اور کچھ چیزیں اب بدلنی چاہیے، جیسے کہ عورتوں کو ایک دقیانوسی خاموش تصور.